Broadcasting live from the K-Best studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the Morning with Gooney and Alex on KBST FM and AM. Wake up, Howard County.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. I'm Gooney. I got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Not Alex, it's Heather.
It's Heather.
We're going to get that changed one day.
Why don't we do it today?
You know what? You should write that down.
That's on the agenda for
It
today.
is on the agenda. We're going to change the intro.
Take Alex out of the intro.
Oh, Alex, it's over. It's finally over.
You're the
Alex.
newsman. Back off.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, June the 10th, 6:24 here at the K-Best studio. 62 degrees outside. Want to give a big shout out to all the listeners out in Forsan today.
Oh, San.
Ow! Sorry, that's just a big shout out.
That was actually a really good one.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like I hurt myself that time.
A little bit.
That's good.
That came from your soul, man.
Yeah, it did. It did. What's going on, Heather?
Man, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
I'm excited about that.
Just kicking the week off, getting it going strong yesterday, and we're just following through today, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I need to do a better job of waking up in the morning is my issue right now.
We could do Zumba.
What? You want to start doing Zumba in the mornings?
Yeah.
Really? Are you sure about this, Heather?
No.
Yeah. Let's not. I think I just need to go to bed earlier. My problem is my kids.
I say that every night. Every night I say I'm gonna be in bed on time. I'm gonna go to bed early.
Doesn't happen.
Nope. 1 o'clock rolls around. I'm like, all right.
See, my kids are just horrible sometimes. They don't want to sleep.
They're children.
I know, but still, like, you think they would go to sleep at some point. Like, they don't nap or anything. They were home yesterday because Kellen wasn't feeling well. Chloe was kind of feeling a little sick too, so they were home all day yesterday and played and ran around. And
all day if I was Kellen.
Oh, I know. That's what I would have done too. I think he's going back to school today, though. He started feeling better when I got home. Yeah, he's going to school.
You're going to school.
Yeah. Christine's ready to get back to work.
I bet.
She was off all week last week and then was off yesterday too. Oh, she's ready. She is so ready to get back. But yeah, I'm ready to get to going to bed early or something. I don't know.
Like 6:30.
Like, I've never been the type of parent to slip my kids Benadryl, but who knows? Who knows what the future may hold? Gooney need just. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I say that too. I say that too every morning. I'm like, or every day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to be in bed by like 9:30. And then like last night, I started watching Red Dawn, which is an amazing movie.
I love
if you
that
haven't
movie.
seen
I was playing Call of Duty till like 1:30.
See, like you're like, I want to go to bed, and then you get preoccupied. Like, this is fun.
Well, I love it.
I know.
That's my only downtime. It's from 5 to whenever I decide to go to bed.
Yeah.
And so whatever I decide to do between 5 and whenever I go to bed.
Yeah. Well,
that's my downtime.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Hey, got the another Moonlight Rave Run going down.
Friday the 13th.
This weekend. Friday the 13th, darkness
and
up on the mountain.
And it's a full moon. That's going to be awesome. Imagine that rave run with a full moon on Friday the 13th. Crazy.
Alex is going to creep some people out that night. I'm joking, Alex. Alex isn't going to do that anymore. Hey, you can see us live right now. We're broadcasting live. You can just go to our website. That's the easiest way to do it. Just type in kbst.com. It'll take you to our brand new website. On the new website, just look up in the top right-hand corner of the main homepage, and you'll see little tabs right there for like Facebook, Twitter. There's a YouTube tab there. Just click on that. It'll take you straight to our page, and you can just click right there where it says live and start watching our ugly mugs.
You can see how actually happy me and Gooney are at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you can see how awake we are right now. We already got a few viewers on there. That's cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hey, you got the big CC Riders car show going down this weekend, too?
And Sonic Cruise.
Come
on, man. It is the actual CC Riders 14th annual car show and Sonic Cruise. The Sonic Cruise will be June 13th. That'll start at 6 p.m. at the Railhead Building in downtown Colorado City. And then the following day, June 14th, it'll be the car show inside and outside the Railhead Building in downtown.
That's gonna be cool. Those car shows are always fun.
It seems like it.
I saw this car yesterday. I don't even know what it was. I've never seen anything like this, but it was almost like a little, it kind of looked like a Model T type vehicle, but it was way newer than that. It was like a Jeep, but I don't know, it was real boxy, and it was so cool, but it was like bright red.
Oh, yeah?
I couldn't tell you what it is, but I looked at it and went, hey, that's cool. That's what I did.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I did that. I think it was yesterday when I did that. It was exciting.
They're even going to have award shows.
Oh, really?
For the Sonic Cruise, the award show starts Friday at 9 p.m., and the Car Show Award starts Saturday at 3 p.m. Oh, also, all proceeds benefit a scholarship fund for local graduates and donations to the local mission and Kiwanis Toy Drive.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Nice.
And now we do. That's why you read the fine print.
Now we do.
Now we do.
We read the whole flyer. About that.
Yep.
Do you know if they're still taking entries at all? Pre-registration will be accepted until June 7th. Nope. So just get down there and look at the cars. You can't be involved. It's too late for that. That's cool. That's gonna be a fun.
Hey, but
event.
that's pre-registration.
Oh, that's pre-registration.
Like, think about it. They're probably gonna have registration at
until.
Yeah.
We'll find that out and we'll get that information to you when we get back. We got local news coming up. We gotta get Alex in here on KBST AM and FM.
Let your motor run,
Oh, yeah.
head out on the highway,
You're ready.
looking for adventure,
What is your bike?
and whatever comes our way.
Your next oil change or service visit is the perfect opportunity to transform your ride without any downtime. Add more rock to your roll with components from the all-new Boom Audio Collection, built to deliver an enhanced riding experience with cleaner, sharper sound. And while you're there, check out the super low 1200T. This bike combines the nimble ride of a Sportster with big touring features, like a detachable windshield, comfortable all-day suspension, and lockable saddlebags. And hey, ladies, don't forget about the cool spring and summer apparel. That's down at your Harley-Davidson shop, the oldest dealer in Texas, right here in Big Spring at 908 West 3rd Street.
Born to be wild.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. This is Alex Huddleston with your KBS Radio Group News for Tuesday, June 10th. KBST News Time is 6:31 a.m. It is currently 62 degrees here at the KBS studios. We'll have your full Howard County weather forecast coming up in just a moment. But first, Big Springs VA may be experiencing some changes thanks to a recent audit. Last month, the West Texas Veterans Administration Healthcare System in Big Spring announced that a team of federal auditors had arrived to inspect the hospital as part of a nationwide push to bring VAs across America up to code. Yesterday, Big Springs VA announced that the federal audit team had released their findings and that the VA will be receiving further review. The announcement is firm that no evidence of willful misconduct has been found and that the VA is simply behind compliance in a few areas. Staff have been put into training, and a new electronic waiting list is being implemented to improve wait times for veteran appointments. We'll have more on this story as it develops. Yesterday morning, employees at Big A's Shaved Ice were shocked when a man burst into the building holding a gun. Clad in a gray hoodie, red pants, and with a red bandana on his face, the man demanded all the cash on the premises and then fled the scene.
Open the door now. I'm telling you now. I need all the money. All of it.
That is an audio clip taken from the security footage of the incident, which KBST obtained. Thankfully, no shots were fired and nobody was injured. One of the owners of Big A's, Dale Avant, asks that anyone with any information contact authorities immediately.
If anybody knows him, I sure would appreciate we get this guy off the street. You know, that's dangerous. That could have been he could have hurt somebody this morning.
Tips for the case can be sent to Big Spring Howard County Crime Stoppers at 432-263-8477. Also yesterday, Howard County's commissioners met for the first session of Commissioners Court in June. Several items were on the agenda in addition to routine business. Road and Bridge Administrator Brian Klinzik reported that the removal of the underground storage tanks from the county's Road and Bridge building had gone smoothly, and that initial inspection showed a very clean site. The final test results will come back by the end of this week, and a clean bill of health for the road and bridge building will mean that a few months from now, a new hotel will begin construction in Big Spring. Also at Commissioner's Court, commissioners approved the purchase of a pickup for Tim Yeager, county extension agent, to replace his old vehicle. Judge Barr explains.
He goes to stock shows, travels on the road a whole lot, so he needs a dependable vehicle. We're going to transfer his vehicle to emergency management coordinator.
That vehicle may be one of the last purchased this year, though, as commissioners were briefed that the county's excess budget has dried up.
We have a contingency in the budget, and because DPS dropped this bomb on us about 3 months ago that we're going to have to change all our software and our computers because there's a security risk to them, so that was $80,000. That took a pretty good little chunk out of our contingency. You know, you don't really plan for that much money, and so today on the budget amendments, everybody's got to stay within their budget from now on until October, which is our new fiscal year. So we're going to have to run a pretty tight ship for a little while.
According to commissioners, the lack of excess budget should not cause any problems for county departments. It just means that unexpected budget amendments will have to be pushed back a few months. Commissioners also approved the renewal and update to the area's tax abatement criteria yesterday. And researchers at the University of North Texas have been studying mosquitoes, trying to figure out how incidents of West Nile virus are growing, despite Texas being under drought conditions for years. A new report issued by UNT shows that the drought may actually be a cause of the increased spread of the disease, as mosquito populations are becoming more aggressive, living longer, and being more hardy in response to the dry conditions. The study recently released suggests that even in drought-stricken areas, steps should be taken to protect against mosquito bites all through the summer, to prevent the possibility of catching diseases from mosquito transmission. In obituaries, Roberto Garcia, 83, of Big Spring, died yesterday. Services are pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Edna James, 82, of Big Spring, died Sunday. Services are pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Donna Cox, 48, of Big Spring, died Sunday. Services are pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Glenn Fuzzy Dickinson, 88, of Big Spring, died Friday in a local nursing home. The family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow evening at the Nally Pickle & Welch Funeral Home. Funeral services will be held 10 a.m. Thursday at the Nally Pickle & Welch Rosewood Chapel, with interment following at Trinity Memorial Park. Craig L. Duncan, 79, of Big Spring, died Saturday at his residence. Graveside services will be held 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon at Trinity Memorial Park. Jose J. Lopez, 91, of Big Spring, died Friday. Funeral mass will be held 10 a.m. today with burial to follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. And Brenda K. Webb, 66, of Stanton, died Thursday in a Midland hospital. Graveside services will be held 10 a.m. tomorrow at the Evergreen Cemetery Chapel in Stanton. Arrangements are under the direction of Gilbreth Funeral Home. KBST News Time is 6:37 a.m. This portion of your news has been brought to you today by Nally Pickle & Welch Funeral Home. We'll return in just a moment with more news, sports, and weather right after this.
I'm Danny Flanagan. Some topics are easy to talk about. Cremation isn't one of them. But when planning a funeral, it's a good idea to consider all the choices. At Nally Pickle & Welch Funeral Home and Crematory, we can help. If you're considering cremation, we can explain all the alternatives for a dignified, personalized service. Did you know that with cremation, you can still have a visitation, memorial gathering, interment, and all the regular funeral services? Contact Nally Pickle & Welch for a free brochure on cremation and cost. We'll answer all your concerns.
KBST News Time is 6:38 a.m. Coming up this evening, Big Springs City Council will hold session 5:30 p.m. in the City Council chambers at 307 East 4th Street. In addition to routine business, council members will be holding a vote to authorize a request for bids. The bids will be for construction firms to install the pipelines under I-20, which will improve services to the northwest portion of town. Also at council tonight, there will be a vote to proceed with over $1 million in infrastructure improvements to the city's water and sewage lines. Coming up this weekend on Friday, it's time once again for the next Moonlight Rave Run. Registration is open now. You can register emailing info@PermianBasinEvents.com. Also coming up this weekend, it's time for the CC Riders Car Show. And currently, Big Springs Athletic Department is holding baseball camp. Tom A. Reese, sports director at KBST, has more.
Steers basketball coach Ian Ritchie says the camp gives the kids a chance to.
We're getting them out and about in the summertime, sometimes sitting on the couch, getting them something to do, and we're really stressing fundamentals: dribble, pass, proper ways to shoot, proper ways to play defense, proper ways to rebound.
Ritchie also says it's an opportunity for the campers to learn some life's lessons.
So we want to be good examples and let them have a place where they feel safe and feel comfortable to be. Not everybody has that.
And of course, the camp is also to have some fun, said one of its campers, Jeremy.
It was fun and cool, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I do it every day.
The camp, by the way, finishes up on
Thursday. We'll finish up their competitions, have some scrimmaging, and let them get out and really play and get out of the drills and stuff.
Ritchie says that anyone can still sign up for the camp through Thursday.
Thanks, Tom. In sports, in Major League Baseball, times are tough for the Texas Rangers after another loss last night to the Cleveland Indians. The Houston Astros, on the other hand, took down the Arizona Diamondbacks last night in the first game of their series. The Astros face the Diamondbacks again tonight. The Rangers ended their series last night and prepare to start a new series this evening against the Miami Marlins. You can tune in to KBST AM, the Mighty 1490, to catch that Rangers game. Pre-game starts at 6:35 tonight, first pitch at 7:05. In the minor leagues, the Midland Rockhounds had an off night yesterday as they fell to the Frisco Rough Riders for the first loss in their current series. They've still got one more game tonight to try and take that series. First pitch is at 7. And in the NBA tonight, Game 3 of the finals takes place. The San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat are tied 1-1 with 4 wins needed to take the championship. Tonight is the first game that will be taking place in Miami. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. In weather, today's high is estimated at 89 degrees. Tonight's low, 65. Mostly sunny skies for most of this week. There is a slight chance we might see a bit of rain, but for the most part, just high temperatures, sunny skies. Tomorrow's estimated high in the upper 90s, a chance of hitting 100-degree highs, and more warm weather in store for the rest of this week. KBST News Time is 6:41 a.m. Coming up, we've got more Gooney in the morning here on KBST.
Hello, I'm Craig Holstead, the pastor of the First Presbyterian Church here in Big Spring, Texas. Did you know that the First Presbyterian Church has been in Big Spring for over 120 years? We've been around that long because we've stayed true to our purpose of proclaiming the gospel of salvation in Jesus Christ and living to be His tangible presence in the world today. People have asked me, what does it mean to be a Presbyterian? What do Presbyterians believe? I tell them the Presbyterian Church is a Christian denomination whose roots are found all the way back in the Protestant Reformation that began in the 1500s with people like John Calvin. We believe the Bible is God's inspired word for us and portrays the history of God's love for this world, a love shown most fully in the life, death, and resurrection of His Son, our Lord Jesus Christ. The Presbyterian Church. We've been here a long time. If you're looking for a church family, come join us this Sunday at 11 a.m. The First Presbyterian Church, a church home with room for you.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? Well, at Benny Boyd, you'll meet genuine, honest folks like yourself who will treat you right and get you exactly what you want. Especially if what you want is a better price.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
You can even buy your new car or truck over the phone, and Benny Boyd will deliver it right to your doorstep at no extra charge. And with over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, you'll find the perfect vehicle at the better price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come get a better buy from Benny Boyd in La Mesa at 2713 Lubbock Highway.
Better a buy from Benny and you'll get a better buy. Ask Benny Boyd, y'all.
Find new roads. Like a good neighbor, Goon's Farm is there.
Yeah. Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. Hadn't said that in a while. June the 10th, 6:44 here at the K-Best Studio. 62 degrees outside. Shout out to everybody listening to Stanton.
Yeah.
Stanton Buffaloes. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
You text on your phone?
I don't have a phone.
You don't have? You still don't have a phone?
Nope.
Yet? How are you living?
I love it.
Man.
Oh, I love it.
Nobody can get a hold of Heather.
It's like all those problems that people call you about and that you don't want to deal with. Yeah, I really don't have to deal with those. So I like that.
That's cool. That's exciting. Alex, you're not supposed to dance out of camera view. Like, that's the whole point of getting the camera was so people can see you dancing.
Get back to the newsman.
Either go to news or come dance in front of the camera. Like, either or.
I'd rather him go do the news.
Did you hear about this whole thing about this robbing that went on at Big A's? Did you see that video?
I
How
sure
nuts
did.
is that? How scary would that have to have been?
It was. It looked pretty scary by the sound of it.
I bet that was terrifying. I hope they catch this guy.
I hope so too. I shared the video. So
yeah, go check out the video. It's been shared all over the place. Of course, Alex, he got the audio off of that. He's been playing it on his newscast and stuff. So great job there, Alex. If you know this guy, turn him in. I mean, we need to get this guy off the streets.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that could have been your wife or your sister or daughter.
Could have been your business.
Could have been you working there. You know what I mean? And if we don't get people like this off the streets now, it's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
Because it's growing out here. Population's growing. People are moving in here like crazy. And when stuff like that happens, crime goes up. So let's keep that from happening. We want this place. We want Big Spring to grow, but we want it to grow in a good way. So the only way we're going to do that is to come together as a community and help keep people like that off the streets. Let's get trash like that out of here. Yeah, I just called you trash. Come find Gooney in the morning. I'm scared now. He's going to come shoot me. Please hurry up. Find this guy. No, it's serious, though, man. I mean, like I said, that could have been your daughter. It could have been your wife or someone that you know or love.
Hide your kids.
That's terrifying. I mean, just go look at that video. You can just see how terrifying of a situation that was. And we need to come together. And if anyone has any information, contact local police. I mean, ASAP.
Yep.
You can go to Crime Stoppers and be anonymous. That's a tough word for me to say.
Anonymous is what you were going to say.
I was. I almost said
it.
But everybody, we have this cool new live feed where you can watch us via video now on Gooney in the Morning.
You sure can.
That's pretty cool. It's made me had to put on better clothes. I can't just stroll in here and sweat.
I was just saying that this morning. I was like, yeah, Gooney don't like the webcam because he can't wear his PJs.
I miss the sweats. I miss them. No, it's great. It's pretty cool. I mean, we've had this up for about a week now. It's pretty neat. You get to go watch us do the morning show here. You get to see what the KBS studio looks like and see what Heather and I look like. That's one thing that I run into the most, Heather. Whenever I run into folks outside in the community and stuff, they're always, you look so much different than what I expected.
Like, I always wanted to pick like a face with the voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I always want to know what you look like. Well, now you can. All you have to do is go to kbst.com, and that's going to get you to our new website, kbstmedia.com. Just go to kbst.com, and it'll transfer you there, and check it out. That's a really cool website.
Awesome.
I posted my first blog yesterday on the website.
We can post blogs?
Yeah. We'll have to show you how to do that.
I'm going to blog it up today.
I'm telling you. It's
Be prepared, guys.
Yeah, I blogged about the George Strait concert. I put on there exactly what some of the guests sang with George, some of the songs that he sang, and just kind of talked about the concert a little bit and how awesome it was, and just showed my appreciation a little bit to George Strait because he's going to read it. I mean,
obviously.
I had to get that on there. No, it's pretty cool. But, yeah, go to our website, kbst.com, and in the top right-hand corner, you'll see the little tabs for Facebook, Twitter. There's a YouTube tab right there. All you have to do is just go to the website and click on that YouTube tab,
It's going to take you straight to our page at YouTube. Click on the latest video that's on there. It'll say live right under it, and you'll be able to see us.
Yeah.
Sorry. You ever see when people do that when the camera goes on and they just freeze? Yeah. See, if you're watching, you would have got to see that. You would have got to see that cool moment right there.
You would have.
There's a few people that got to see that.
So go check it out.
Yeah. We got the Moonlight Rave Run going on this weekend. The second one.
Like I said, that's going to be awesome being on Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
full moon.
That's going to be neat. I want to get to one of these. I didn't make it out to the last one.
No, in my luck, I'd fall off the mountain.
Probably. You got to be careful up there.
Can't even walk around the office.
I would just like to go up there just to go to the top of the mountain and check it out. I don't.
Never been there at night.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to run or do any of that because I'm scared of snakes being out there on that road trying to get some heat in the middle of the night. So I'm not going to run. I'd like to get up there and be at the top of the mountain and check out what the city looks like at night.
I hope everybody on the webcam saw that.
They can. Alex is still out of view. He makes sure.
So that just makes me look like a jerk for no reason.
Yeah, I know. Way to go.
Wow.
That's going to be fun, though. That's this Saturday, the Moonlight Raver. You can go to PermianBasinEvents.com for more information on that.
To register.
Alex, did you want to say something about that? Come on, you can say it.
Well, I was just going to mention that you said you haven't gotten a chance to go up on the mountain at night, but last weekend they held the viewing party, the stargazing party, on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I wish I would have skipped the George Strait concert to go to that, Alex.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I did want to go up there and gaze at the heavens, but I wanted to go to George Strait. I'm sorry, I couldn't miss out on that. Yeah. I mean...
Oh, now there's Alex all over my microphone.
Now I have Alex on my microphone. Oh, that's so mean. Heather, you have no excuse, though. You should have went to the viewing party. That's what Alex was trying to say.
Why do I get thrown under the bus?
I don't know.
Why did Alex go to the stargazing party?
Yeah, Alex, where were you at?
You're the newsman.
Where were you? He was there.
Oh.
You know he was there.
Well.
Now you go to PermianBasinEvents.com to get more information on these Moonlight Rave runs. There's going to be another one after this on August 8th. So the hotter it gets, there's going to be another one.
The more Moonlight Rave running we do.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be exciting. And then on the 14th, there will be the Movies on the Mountain up there
sure
from the Big
is.
Spring Film Society, where they get their big inflatable screen, put it up there. You come on out and get to watch a cool movie.
We have the rodeo coming up, too.
That is coming up. That is almost here.
It's on my birthday.
Was Roger Kreger going to be performing at the rodeo, I think, this year?
They're going to be doing a big old ceremony for Quail Dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing's in his honor.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is fantastic. Yeah, that'll be cool. Always love the rodeo. It's always a good time.
It's always falling on my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, that's cool.
Which is in 9 days.
It's almost here.
It is.
Almost here. How old will you be, Heather?
24.
Oh, my geez, you're so young.
Do you like how I said it like SpongeBob? 24.
You're getting there. You're getting on up.
I'm a youngin' still.
Yeah.
I got lots of living to do.
You do.
I do.
You have tons of living to do, Heather.
If I don't hurt myself.
Don't give
then.
up on your dream.
Just keep dreaming.
What?
Capture the dream.
What are we talking about this morning, Heather?
I'm talking about Blades of Glory. But
be sure to get your birthdays, anniversaries in on the Facebook page. Go to Facebook.com/KBS957. Be sure to like our page. Get your birthdays, anniversaries. We're going to be reading those live and on the air with Sweetheart of the Day. We'll have that coming up. And your school lunch. Your school summer lunch. Summer school's going down, so we'll have that here in just a few minutes. We're going to have TSN coming up here on KBST AM and FM. And then we'll be back with your school lunches, birthdays, and anniversaries.
KBest Radio, it's time for your West Texas weather report. All the rain and severe weather is over for now. It's time to warm things up. Good day, everyone. I'm meteorologist Dan Brunoff. For this afternoon, will be mostly sunny with highs into the mid-80s. Winds will become southwest light at 5 to 10 by later on today. Overnight tonight, it'll be partly cloudy and cool again. Lows 58 to 63. Wednesday and Wednesday night, a weak front tries the back end of the area. There's a chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms by late afternoon and evening. Daytime highs warming back up into the low to mid-90s. Rain chances at about 20%. Thursday, a little cooler, mid-80s, and then as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, temperatures will start to warm up as a ridge of high pressure builds back into the area, and daytime highs will creep back up into the 90s. I'm staff meteorologist Dan Brunoff.
Claim it. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Claim it. Claim it. That. It sounded like claim it.
Oh, those are just Claim It frogs. They remind everyone to visit claimittexas.org to see if they have unclaimed property.
Claimittexas.org. You get your money advice from a frog?
Of course. Who knows more about green stuff than frogs?
Each year, the Texas Comptroller's Office reunites Texans with millions in unclaimed cash and property.
I'm Texas Comptroller Susan Combs. 1 in 4 Texans has something at claimittexas.org.
Somewhere in Texas, a car full of co-workers picked the perfect place to stop for lunch. DQ. Because DQ has something for everybody. Awesome burgers, DQ country baskets, Texas T-brand tacos, and more. Plus, great DQ desserts like the new S'mores Blizzard. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ. This is the stop time, Texas.
TSN News, I'm Mitch Carr. Some of the longest waits in the VA system are found in Texas, including Harlingen and Dallas, and the push continues for reforms at the VA. The Inspector General for the agency says there are people at 69 facilities who face the possibility of criminal action.
When sufficient credible evidence is identified supporting a potential violation of criminal law, we are coordinating our efforts with the Department of Justice.
Richard Griffin making his comments late last night during a hearing on Capitol Hill. The 18-cent federal gasoline tax has not changed in more than 2 decades. AAA is now calling for a hike of 12 cents per gallon to help pay for new highways and to repair existing roads. The AAA's Avery Ash.
From our recent survey, it's clear that if the American people understand that the additional funds that they are paying are going to benefit their mobility, they're willing to pay a little bit more.
Ash says AAA hopes members of Congress will be convinced by the survey. It's been a year since the Texas legislature okayed a law requiring drug screening for anyone seeking unemployment benefits. TSN's Austin Bureau Chief Chris Fox says it still hasn't happened, and he notes the law was based on federal regulations that have not yet been approved.
Governor Perry spearheaded the bill,
which authorizes drug screenings for those receiving unemployment benefits in Texas who work in fields where drug testing is mandatory.
The main reason for the delay, the list of occupations that regularly conducts the pre-employment drug testing doesn't exist.
I think it's unconscionable on the part of the Department of Labor that they haven't put out a rule.
That's Bill Hammond of the Texas Association of Business. Rick Levy of the AFL-CIO argued against the bill.
There is no connection between somebody being unemployed and receiving benefits and using drugs.
In Austin, Chris Fox, TSN News.
Summertime can be a lean time for many Texas kids since they're not able to get breakfast and lunch at school. The USDA's Kevin Concanon says the government works with cities, churches, and food banks to provide meals during the summer.
We offer all kinds of opportunities to provide sites for children. There are over 3,600 locations statewide in Texas.
Concanon says 3 million Texas kids depend on school lunches during the year, and about half that many also get breakfast at school, either free or at a reduced cost. The Justice Department says it's reached an agreement to settle allegations that the Austin Fire Department discriminated against minority applicants. The agreement requires the city to devise a screening and selection process that passes court tests for fairness and equality. And the NBA Finals continue. Game 3 in Miami. The Spurs and the Heat have each won a game. This is TSN News.
Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep because someone broke into her apartment and stole all her sheep, not to mention a 50-inch flat-screen TV. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency had helped her with renter's insurance, and she got full replacement. She has since trained her sheep to do voice impressions of various attack dogs, and now feels very safe. Visit geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Things aren't the same as they were when Geico started saving people money over 75 years ago. We didn't have reality TV. Back then, it was just reality. The most exciting thing that ever happened was when Jimmy got his head stuck in a gopher hole. And trust me, that's not a show anyone would binge watch. Yep, we didn't have much entertainment, but switching our car insurance to Geico was pretty exciting.
Geico, saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years.
An apparent case of friendly fire has reportedly killed 5 U.S. troops in Afghanistan. If confirmed, it would be one of the most serious cases involving friendly fire during the nearly 14-year Afghan war. Egypt's new president is taking a hard line on sexual harassment, calling for decisive implementation of a new law that punishes convicted harassers with up to 5 years in prison. And scientific tests have confirmed that a painting donated to Britain's National Trust by a wealthy supporter is a Rembrandt self-portrait worth tens of millions of pounds. The heritage body says the portrait of the artist was long thought to be the work of one of his students, but it has been declared genuine, and further tests have confirmed that. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Network. This is TSN.
With news every hour, this is KBST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Richard Davies. 5 American troops lost their lives apparently because of friendly fire in Afghanistan. A bad airstrike, a miscommunication about the grid where an operation was unfolding led to those deaths. More from ABC's Martha Raddatz.
These were American Special Operations Forces. They were out on a mission with Afghan forces, a security patrol. They were ambushed by the Taliban coming under heavy fire, so they called in air support. That means they want warplanes to come help them out.
A bomb was apparently dropped on the wrong spot. This would be one of the worst friendly fire incidents of the entire Afghan war. Hillary Clinton says the first family was dead broke after being in the White House for 8 years. It was not easy, says Clinton, in an exclusive interview with ABC News.
As I recall, we were something like $12 million in debt. And, that was something that we really had to work hard. And I was in the Senate and could not do anything to help us meet those obligations.
Republicans have seized on the Clinton comments on being dead broke, saying it shows she's out of touch. Congress continues to ask questions about the scandal at the VA over long wait times for vets, and at some hospitals what appears to be a cover-up to mask the problem. The VA also has out-of-date computers.
Our scheduling systems, our administrative systems, these are old systems that in many cases date 20 and 30 years ago.
That's the VA's Philip Matkovsky telling Congress delays and false reports are unacceptable. He says they're racing to help those vets who are still waiting. The CEOs of several large American companies, including Coca-Cola and Lowe's Group, want Congress to act now on immigration reform. It's been more than a year since the Senate passed a bill. The House is yet to act. This is ABC News.
This is Tour de Cure, and it's more than just a bike ride. It's a celebration. It's where every turn of the pedal helps stop diabetes. Where cyclists of all levels come together to make a difference, to raise money, and to raise hope. It's the ride of your life. It's Tour de Cure. Register today at diabetes.org/tour. That's diabetes.org/tour.
Hi, this is Celine Dion asking you to help put an end to premature birth. I share the concerns and fears of every parent, knowing that more than 1 million babies around the world die every year simply because they didn't get enough time to grow. Let's work together for stronger, healthier babies. Visit facebook.com/World Prematurity Day to find out how you can make a difference. Thank you for caring.
America's stickiest fingers appear to be found in Los Angeles. ABC's Jim Ryan says that's the finding of a survey on shoplifting.
It happens in businesses big and small. Shoplifting is a multi-billion-dollar business in itself, and the National Retail Federation has found that Los Angeles is the nation's hotbed of organized theft rings, followed by Miami, Chicago, and New York City. The group surveyed loss prevention specialists at 76 retail and restaurant companies and learned that while theft at brick-and-mortar businesses has dropped a little, e-commerce is now vulnerable. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Gasoline prices are higher than expected for this time of year and above where they were last year. Oil rose to almost $105 on wholesale markets this morning. The reason for the rise, though, appears to be good news. Demand has risen as the global economy strengthens. I'm Richard Davies, ABC News.
Elrod's Furniture is pleased to announce that we are now the authorized dealer for Flex Steel furniture. Flex Steel, America's seating specialist, has been producing high-quality furniture for over 100 years. The Latitudes collection features the Dual Flex spring system that sets the standard for comfort. This spring system pairs the famous blue ribbon seat spring with helical coils into a durable steel frame. And because it's Flex Steel, both the wood frame and the spring system are guaranteed for life. The Latitudes collection lets you enjoy the quality of Flex Steel furniture, as well as the luxury of fine leather at prices you can afford. So come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
It's the green time of year when trees display their new leaves and fresh grass decorates the yard. This is the active season when you do summer things. Go to a baseball game, go swimming, catch a fish, take a fun trip to Six Flags, or just relax with friends on the patio. You're going to be doing some extra driving and you want your car or pickup to be ready to go when you are. If you need a part, call Westex at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
It's finally open. Westover Pharmacy. Westover Pharmacy. Now open on the corner of Westover and FM 700. Cool. Westover Pharmacy was designed for your convenience with the drop-off and pickup window located on separate sides of the building.
Cool.
And if you don't want to pick up, Westover Pharmacy will deliver your prescriptions to you for free. Cool. Swing by and say hello to pharmacist Candy Alleman and her friendly staff at Westover Pharmacy.
Hello.
Now open on the corner of FM 700 and Westover. Westover Pharmacy, part of Leonard's family of pharmacies.
Well, hi there. I'm here from TXU Energy with a friendly reminder that you have a choice to make. Now, like millions of other Texans, you get to choose your electricity provider. But which one? Well, how about the one chosen by millions of Texans? That's TXU Energy, the #1 electricity provider in the state. Now, let's say you want a company with fair electricity rates. Hint, that one is also TXU Energy. Then again, you may be focused on service. You'd want a provider based here in Texas with a strong reputation and great customer service. That one? Yeah, TXU Energy. So you see, choosing the right electricity provider for your home or even your business is as easy as counting to, well, one. Chat with one of our expert advisors to learn more at 1-855-TXU-9208 or visit txu.com. TXU Energy, for home and business, the right things right now.
Benny Boyd buys it all. That's right. Benny Boyd in Lubbock wants to buy your high-mileage vehicle, and he'll pay a lot more than you'd expect. Why drive it into the ground when you can get above-market value on it today? Sell it for cash on the spot, or trade it in for a Better Buy pre-owned. Our Better Buy pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected, and most include a lifetime engine warranty. Plus, we've got over 500 vehicles to choose from. Right now, we're paying top dollar for high-mileage premium brands like Lexus, Mercedes, BMW, luxury SUVs, and trucks. We'll even buy your vehicle over the phone and pick it up at no extra charge. Benny Boyd with 3 area locations, BennyBoyd.com or 877-251-2238.
Yeah, you better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
I wear slippers. I think they're comfortable, and because they slip on so quickly, they're slippers, I can get to McDonald's to enjoy the dollar menu at breakfast. I can get a cup of freshly brewed premium roast coffee, a savory sausage burrito, maybe a sausage McMuffin, who knows? 2 things for sure, though. I can count on getting them for just $1. And I'll be wearing slippers.
Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little on McDonald's dollar menu at participating McDonald's.
Thanks for making the lunch run, Jeff.
You know why he's making the McDonald's run every day, don't you?
Yeah, the fries.
The FIFA World Cup, he'll play Ole game. He's taking everybody's game pieces so he can win the prizes.
Prizes? Come back here, Jeff.
Catch the passion at McDonald's. Savor a Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, or fries, and you can win trips, free food, or other great prizes. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
No purchase necessary. Ends in store 7714 or while supplies last. Must be 18 years to enter online. See rules at participating McDonald's and mcd1gold.com. Void where prohibited.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. This is Alex Huddleston with your K-Best Radio Group News for Tuesday, June 10th. KBST News Time is 7:09 a.m. It is currently 62 degrees here at the K-Best Studios. We'll have your full Howard County weather forecast coming up in just a moment. But first, Big Springs VA may be experiencing some changes thanks to a recent audit. Last month, the West Texas Veterans Administration healthcare system in Big Spring announced that a team of federal auditors had arrived to inspect the hospital as part of a nationwide push to bring VAs across America up to code. Yesterday, Big Springs VA announced that the federal audit team had released their findings and that the VA will be receiving further review. The announcement is firm that no evidence of willful misconduct has been found, and that the VA is simply behind compliance in a few areas. Staff have been put into training, and a new electronic waiting list is being implemented to improve wait times for veteran appointments. We'll have more on this story as it develops. Yesterday morning, employees at Big A's Shaved Ice were shocked when a man burst into the building holding a gun. Clad in a gray hoodie, red pants, and with a red bandana on his face, the man demanded all the cash on the premises and then fled the scene.
Open the door now. I'm telling you now. I need all the money. All of it.
That is an audio clip taken from the security footage of the incident, which KBST obtained. Thankfully, no shots were fired and nobody was injured. One of the owners of Big A's, Dale Avant, asks that anyone with any information contact authorities immediately.
If anybody knows him, I sure would appreciate we get this guy off the street. You know, that's dangerous. That could have been something. He could have hurt somebody this morning.
Tips for the case can be sent to Big Spring Howard County Crime Stoppers at 432-263-8477. Also yesterday, Howard County's commissioners met for the first session of Commissioners Court in June. Several items were on the agenda. In addition to routine business, Road and Bridge Administrator Brian Klinzik reported that the removal of the underground tanks from the county's Road and Bridge building had gone smoothly, and that initial inspection showed a very clean site. The final test results will come back by the end of this week, and a clean bill of health for the Road and Bridge building will mean that a few months from now, a new hotel could begin construction in Big Spring. Also at Commissioners Court, commissioners approved the purchase of a pickup for Tim Yeager, county extension agent, to replace his old vehicle. Judge Barr explains.
He goes to stock shows, travels on the road a whole lot, so he needs a dependable vehicle. We're going to transfer his vehicle to emergency management coordinator.
However, this may be one of the last excess purchases, as commissioners were briefed the county's excess budget has dried up.
We have a contingency in the budget, and because DPS dropped this bomb on us about 3 months ago that we're going to have to change all our software and our computers because there's a security risk to them, so that was $80,000. That took a pretty good little chunk out of our contingency. You know, you don't really plan for that much money. And so today, on the budget amendments, everybody's got to stay within their budget from now on until October, which is our new fiscal year. So we're going to have to run a pretty tight ship for a little while.
Although no county agencies are at risk of running out of money, this means that extra purchases may have to be pushed back a few months to stay within budgets. Commissioners also approved the renewal and update to the area's tax abatement criteria yesterday. And researchers at the University of North Texas have been studying mosquitoes, trying to figure out how incidents of West Nile virus are growing, despite Texas being under drought conditions for years. A new report issued by UNT shows that the drought may actually be a cause of the increased spread of the disease, as mosquito populations are becoming more aggressive and living longer in response to the dry conditions. The study recently released suggests that even in drought-stricken areas, steps should be taken to protect against mosquito bites all through the summer to prevent the possibility of catching diseases from mosquito transmission. In obituaries, Brenda K. Webb, 66, of Stanton, died Thursday in a Midland hospital. Graveside services will be held 10 a.m. tomorrow at the Evergreen Cemetery Chapel in Stanton. Arrangements are under the direction of Gilbreth Funeral Home. Craig L. Duncan, 79, of Big Spring, died Saturday, June 7th, at his residence. Graveside funeral services will be held 2 p.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park. Glenn Fuzzy Dickinson, 88, of Big Spring, died Friday in a local nursing home. The family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow evening at the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Funeral services will be held 10 a.m. Thursday at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel, with interment following at Trinity Memorial Park. Jose J. Lopez, 91, of Big Spring, died on Friday. Funeral mass will be held 10 a.m. this morning, with burial to follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Donna Cox, 48, of Big Spring, died Sunday. Services are currently pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Edna James, 82, of Big Spring, died Sunday. Services are currently pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. And Roberto Garcia, 83, of Big Spring, died yesterday. Services are currently pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. KBST News Time is 7:15 a.m. This portion of your news this morning has been brought to you by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. We'll return in just a moment with more news, sports, and weather right after this.
When we've lost a loved one, we want to hold on to their memory. A moving funeral ceremony is one more memory you'll cherish always.
I have wonderful memories of our lives together. Well, now you can add one more.
We have the experience you can trust for a fitting remembrance, and 3 qualities that matter most in your time of loss: sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
KBST News Time is 7:16 a.m. Coming up this evening, Big Springs City Council will be holding session 5:30 p.m. in the City Council chambers at 307 East 4th Street. In addition to routine business, council members will be holding a vote to authorize a request for bids. These bids will be for construction firms to install the pipelines under I-20, which will improve services to the northwest portion of town. Also at council tonight, there will be a vote to proceed with over $1 million in infrastructure improvements to Big Springs water and sewer lines. Big Spring Independent School District is currently holding summer sports camps. Right now, the boys basketball camp is in session. KBST's sports director Tom Rees has more information.
Steers basketball coach Ian Ritchie says the camp gives the kids a chance to.
We're getting them out and about in the summertime, so they're not sitting on the couch, getting them something to do. And we're, really stressing fundamentals: dribble, pass, proper ways to shoot, proper ways to play defense, proper ways to rebound.
Ritchie also says it's an opportunity for the camp campers to learn some life's lessons.
So we want to be good examples and let them have a place where they feel safe and feel comfortable to be. Not everybody has that.
And of course, the camp is also to have some fun, said one of its campers, Jeremy.
It was fun and cool, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I do it every day.
The camp, by the way, finishes up on
Thursday. Will be more. We'll finish up their competitions, have some scrimmaging, and let them get out and really play and get out of the drills and stuff.
Richie says that anyone can still sign up for the camp through Thursday.
Thanks, Tom. Coming up this Friday, it's time for the second of this year's Moonlight Rave Run at the Big Spring State Park. For more information on the Moonlight Rave Run, you can check out PermianBasinEvents.com. Also on Friday, it's time for the annual Legends and Legacies Casino Night at the Heritage Museum. Reservations are being taken now. You can contact the Heritage at 432-267-8255 for more information. Tickets are $50, and that includes drinks, food, entertainment, and $2,000 in fun money for the casino. This weekend, it's time once again for the 14th annual CC Riders Car Show and Sonic Cruise. The Sonic Cruise begins at 6 p.m. this Friday, June 13th. The car show will take place Saturday, June 14th in Colorado City. And in sports, in Major League Baseball, times are tough for the Texas Rangers after another loss last night to the Cleveland Indians, 17-7. The Houston Astros, on the other hand, took down the Arizona Diamondbacks last night in the first game of their newest series. The Astros are facing the Diamondbacks again tonight. The Rangers are starting a new series this evening against the Miami Marlins. You can tune in to KBSC AM, the mighty 1490, for that Rangers game. Pre-game starts at 6:35 this evening, first pitch at 7:05. In the minor leagues, the Midland Rockhounds had an off night yesterday as they fell to the Frisco Rough Riders for the first loss in their current series. They've still got one more game tonight to try and take that series. First pitch is at 7. And in the NBA, tonight, Game 3 of the finals takes place. It's the first final game held in Miami this year. The San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat are currently tied 1-1. 4 wins are needed to take the championship. That game has tip-off at 8 p.m. this evening. KBST News Time is 7:20 a.m. We'll be back in just a moment with your full Howard County weather forecast.
Pastor Courtney Ballard and the good folks at the Circuit Riders Cowboy Church of Howard County would like to invite you and your family to their Sunday worship services at 10 o'clock. Bible study begins at 9. Cowboy Church is located south of Big Spring at 5108 Nichols Road, and that's across the street from the Elbow Elementary School at the corner of Farm Road 818 and Nichols Road. Dress is casual. Come join us for old-time gospel and country songs. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
In weather, today's high is estimated at 89 degrees. Tonight's low, 65. Warming up tomorrow with an estimated high in the upper 90s, possibly even cracking 100 degrees. Highs in the 90s to 100s are expected for the rest of this week as well. There's a very slight chance we might see a bit of rainfall this week, but for the most part, the forecast calls for clear, sunny skies. KBST News Time is 7:21 a.m. This portion of your news has been brought to you today by Big Springs Circuit Riders Cowboy Church. Coming up, we'll have school lunch, birthdays and anniversaries, and the sweetheart of the day on Gooney in the Morning here on KBST.
A West Texas summer lies before us with countless ways to enjoy its sunshine, trails, lakes, parks, festivals, and lazy afternoons. The only 2 national parks in Texas are in West Texas, and there are numerous state parks out here. Whatever your travel plans might be for this summer, make sure your vehicle is in good shape. If you need a part, call West Tex at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts, especially parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Convenient, personalized dental care at an exceptional value for the entire family. That's the foundation of Abbeville Dentistry. Our doctors make it easy for you to get the quality dental care you deserve on your schedule and your budget. Abbeville Dentistry has been providing locally owned, state-of-the-art dentistry to the community with services like same-day appointments and cleanings and extractions. At Abbeville Dentistry, we don't believe you should have to pay anything to find out what's wrong. That's why your new patient exam x-rays, and consultation have always been free. That's a $278 value. We offer an in-office savings plan, are providers for the Affordable Care Act, and accept most insurance. Schedule your appointment today. Call 432-271-3046. That's 432-271-3046. Or visit BigSpringSmiles.com. Experience the difference. Experience Abbeville Dentistry. Offer not valid with third-party remuneration. Doctors Youngblood, Shar, Capella General Dentist, Abbeville, LLC.
This is Marge Carpenter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my program, Ryan Fence, named after that column I did back in the 70s. Ever since 1994, it's been on this radio station the last Wednesday of the month at 8:15 in the morning. We talk about what's happening in Big Spring. We talk about sometimes what ought to be happening in Big Spring. But most of all, we talk about what used to happen in Big Spring because it has so much history.
Hear the history and more on Ride and Fence with Marge Carpenter every last Wednesday of the month, right here on KBST.
Nothing wakes me up like Gooney in the morning.
Welcome back. You're listening to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's Tuesday, June the 10th, 7:23 here at the KBS studio. 63 degrees outside. I want to give a shout out to all the listeners out there in Kahoma this morning. Shout out to Bulldog Country. Got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
That was a quick one.
Yep.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey. Just some school lunches, Heather.
Oh, God.
Get him!
Oh. Why did Alex write nerd on the back of my calendar?
That's been there.
And I just now noticed it?
Yeah.
Apparently I can't read a calendar. All right. Today is Tuesday, June 10th. They're going to be having meaty queso, tortilla chips, refried beans, and garden salad.
Some tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips.
I want to remind everybody that they can go to our website, kvst.com, and click on the YouTube button that's at the top right hand of the screen, and you can see us live right now via video. Yeah, how about that? Moving on up in the world. Got some local birthdays on our Facebook page. Debbie Valverde's got a couple of her own. She's wishing a happy birthday to her goddaughter, Andrea Moreno Galvan. Happy birthday, Andrea. Also, Debbie wants to wish a happy birthday to her hubby, Larry Valverde. Happy birthday, Larry. Joanne DeLeon's wishing a happy 5th birthday to Zoe DeLeon. That's love, mom, dad, Jack, and Sam. Happy birthday. That's 5th birthday right there for Zoe. Misty Bosley wishing a happy birthday to Ethan Culver. Happy birthday, Ethan. Cynthia Martinez wishing a happy birthday to Lisa Vera. Happy birthday, Lisa. And Connie Jo Covington Campos wants to wish a happy birthday to Miss Sally Grove. Happy birthday, Sally. If you're having a birthday or anniversary out there today, we here at Gooney in the Morning want to wish you a very special birth-anniversary. Heather?
Hey, I forgot I have a birthday.
Oh, you got a birthday?
I got a birthday.
Shout it out.
It was a call-in.
Nice. Those are always fun.
This is a happy 80th birthday to Nacho Rodriguez from Ida, his wife, and his daughters Diana, Sonia, and Bertha.
Happy birthday, Nacho! Yeah!
Ow!
Let's get that sweetheart out there. Tuesday, June the 10th.
Today, our sweetheart is Andrea Moreno Galvan.
How about that? It's her birthday, too! Well, congratulations to Andrea. She's going to be receiving a beautiful rose in a bud vase. Having to see Miss Galvan today. Be sure to congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day. Thank her for everything she does. And give her $40.
That's a lot of money.
Inflation. I saw gas prices go up a little bit.
A little bit. Hey.
What?
Today's Tuesday.
Like I almost read the menu a second ago, and I was like, wait, we're going to be giving away free food here in a little bit.
Yay!
Oh, Free Food Tuesday. Keep on listening, folks. We're going to give away a free meal for 2 to Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. Sorry, the phone rang.
Yeah.
Off a little bit. Wait, we're not doing it yet. We're not doing it yet. We're going to do that about 7:45 today.
Today.
Wait a little bit. Hey, you hear about this horrifying wreck that Tracy Morgan was in?
Yeah, I did.
It was nuts. Like, he was basically, from what it sounds like from the stories of everything that I've read, it sounds like traffic was kind of stopped at a stopping point, and a semi-truck came up from behind and just plowed through. Like, he tried to swerve to miss a wreck, but he ended up hitting the limo that Tracy was on. And there were 5 other vehicles that were involved. But it was just a horrifying accident. Apparently, they're now saying that the truck driver, he was driving a semi. I don't want to say what company he was driving for. You can look that up. I mean, it's been publicized. But the truck driver had been awake for 24 hours. And that was the cause of the accident. He just wasn't alert enough.
That's horrible.
And just plowed through. And the sad part about it is there was a touring comedian that toured with Tracy Morgan and opened from a guy named Jimmy Mack that he passed away from the accident. And the Tracy's actually, he's in critical condition right now, still in the hospital, and they're saying he's going to be there for several weeks. He's actually having surgery on his leg right now, which you had seen a story online, kind of one of those hoax stories about.
Yeah.
Because there was a hoax story going around that Tracy Morgan's going to get his leg amputated.
Yeah.
And that's not true. He's still going to keep his leg. They're doing surgery on his leg right now, but he's just going to be in recovery for a little while. But there was that hoax going around that his leg was being amputated and all this. But you had recently saw a hoax story, right?
Yes. This is probably one of the most craziest hoax stories I think I've ever came across.
Oh, wow.
It's about Michael Jackson.
Just tease that right there.
Yep.
We'll talk about it and when we get back at 7:45. How about that?
I got it.
It's a Michael Jackson hoax. Those are always the most fun. But this one was kind of different from any other Michael Jackson hoax story I've ever done. This one was kind of creepy.
It was.
But at the same time, you're like, hey, well, it could have been true.
It could have been.
It could have been very, very true. Who knows? But yeah, we'll have that at 7:45, and we'll give away some free food too. You want to?
Yep.
We're gonna play some numbers games. So get ready. Here in about 15 minutes, we'll give away a free food to Brenda's Hilltop Cafe, and we're gonna play High Low, the numbers game.
Yeah.
It's always the best way to do it right there.
It's the only way to do it.
In your opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
When Heather's here, that's the only way we can do it. We have no other choice.
If Heather's not here, you can do whatever you want.
That's right. Hey, folks, go to KBST.com. Check out the new website. Click on the YouTube button that's at the top right-hand page. You can watch us live on YouTube right now. We got TSN coming up on KBST.
Good morning. This is Morning News Break from the Texas State Network. I'm Chuck Martin reporting. Coming up this Tuesday, June 10th.
I'm LP Phillips, and I'll tell you what the FAA has to say about a January parachute accident.
The much-anticipated internal audit of the VA's healthcare system, which showed as many as 100,000 veterans waiting 90 days or more for their first appointment, found the Harlingen VA facility had the longest wait in the nation, averaging 145 days. This vet is anxious for a new attitude.
It can't happen soon enough because the VA is one terrible mess.
Wait times at VA clinics in El Paso, Amarillo, and in Central Texas also had wait times higher than the national average.
I worked so hard to get that veterans clinic, the outpatient clinic, to Travis County. The goal is to reduce wait times, not see them extended.
Austin Congressman Lloyd Doggett says the facility and others have been flagged for further investigation. The House Veterans Affairs Committee held a rare night hearing on the audit, the agency's acting director telling lawmakers criminal charges could await supervisors who ordered the wait time cover-up. The number of Central American children pouring into the U.S. is forcing officials to open a third shelter in El Paso as an undocumented wave of immigrants overwhelms Border Patrol facilities. The Border Patrol says its agents in the Rio Grande Valley have seen a huge influx of women and children from Central America, many escaping violence, others looking for opportunity. The White House announced this week that all of those children will go through deportation hearings and is asking for pro bono attorneys to represent them. But immigration lawyer Lance Curtright says because most are from Central America, it's likely they'll be seeking asylum.
It's almost akin to a war in our southern hemisphere, right? And these are refugees coming up from that. No functional government that's really protecting these kids.
In the past year, the number of children crossing the border into the U.S. illegally has jumped from 24,000 to 47,000. The Keller ISD trustee we told you about yesterday, who posted critical comments on Facebook about a Muslim South Lake City council member, is keeping her job. Jolynn Hausman apologized during last night's meeting. The board did vote 5-1, though, to censure Hausman. School's out, and for many Texas kids, it can mean lean times.
During the school year, in Texas, for example, 3 million kids have lunch each day through the school lunch program, and more than half that number have breakfast at school each day in Texas.
The USDA's Kevin Concanon says his agency works with churches, food banks, and other groups to set up 3,600 locations across Texas serving lunch to kids through the summer months.
I'm Chris Schneider. 3 Texas teams are headed to the College World Series.
Details ahead on TSN Morning News Break.
The Big Spring Cowboy Reunion and Rodeo. Yeah. Come on into Big Spring for one big happy show. Cowboys and good times are coming to town for the big reunion and rodeo. The Big Spring Cowboy Reunion and Rodeo. It's one big open riding saddle busting show.
June 19 through 21.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Chokewell Service. We're a family-owned business established in 1957 by Carol and me, serving this community's water well needs with professional service. Licensed by the state of Texas, Chokewell Service works on windmills, submergible pumps, drill water wells for irrigation, domestic, and oil field. We rent generators and pumps. For your water well needs, call us. Chokewell Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Now that it's part of the Texas Republican Party platform, many are questioning the legitimacy of reparative therapy for gays and lesbians. TSN's Joe Gomez spoke to the man who was the inspiration for the party plank.
Kathy Adams, president of the Texas Eagle Forum, spearheaded the effort to get the Texas GOP to endorse psychological treatments that seek to turn gay people straight.
I have a friend in my precinct who introduced me to an idea called reparative therapy.
That friend is Jeremy, who used to identify as gay. But after 4 years of reparative therapy, Jeremy says that has all changed.
My attraction to my own gender has decreased a lot.
The American Psychological Association and other major health organizations have condemned reparative therapy, saying it could lead to depression and even suicide.
Joe Gomez, TSN News.
Whether it's a byproduct of the Republican Party's dominance in Texas or redistricting, which practically guarantees the incumbent victory, the state finds itself near the bottom of the rung nationally in voter turnout. Only 950,000 cast ballots in the March primary, and turnout for last month's runoff was worse in a state with 13.6 million registered voters. Some analysts say it's difficult to motivate voters if the outcome appears inevitable. Officials blame federal foot-dragging for keeping the state's law, calling for Texans seeking unemployment benefits to be screened for drug use on the sidelines.
We won't be in a position to implement it until we receive guidance in the form of rulemaking from the United States Department of Labor, so the law has not begun to impact new unemployment claims yet.
That's Mark Laverne with the Texas Workforce Commission. The Texas law calls for screening those who come from occupations that regularly conduct pre-employment drug testing. The Department of Labor is yet to assemble that list of occupations. A heads up to all those with outstanding student loans. President Obama's move yesterday to make it easier to repay loans won't help everyone. Lisa Blazer is the Vice President for Student Financial Aid at the University of Texas, San Antonio.
Strictly for federal loans, and it's not going to include any of the private loans that Sallie Mae or Wells Fargo or any of those banks are doing. The private loans are completely separate.
She says what the president's executive order does accomplish is expanding the cap to no more than 10% of a person's income to student loan debt. Lawyers in the school funding lawsuit are circling the wagons around John Dietz, the presiding judge who Attorney General Greg Abbott claims in a recusal motion is no longer impartial.
In our response to the motion, we'll lay out our position, and then we'll argue that position with Judge Peoples on the 20th.
Attorney Rick Gray represents the largest group of districts in the suit. Abbott claims private emails between Judge Dietz and the attorneys show the judge's impartiality. Congressman Michael Burgess says the Lone Star State could play a big role in getting Ukraine out from under Russian influence if Texas could export natural gas there.
Just simply the act of doing it will get the attention of the people who are causing the problem. And honestly, I think that is one of the things that could happen right now that would change the equation.
But Burgess says the Energy Department is holding up a decision on issuance of licenses to Texas natural gas companies needed to begin the flow of gas. A final report by the Federal Aviation Administration says the parachute company in Chickasha, Oklahoma, was not at fault for the January mishap that sent a 16-year-old from Joshua plunging 3,500 feet.
The FAA's findings were minimal. There was nothing wrong with the parachute that Mackenzie Wethington used. It was properly packed, and there was nothing wrong with the plane or the operator. Mother Holly Wethington reacted.
All I can go on is what they say. It's just something that could have happened to anybody.
The report also says Mackenzie panicked and did not follow instructions from a ground radio operator on how to try and correct the problems.
That's TSN's LP Phillips. Sorry, Lubbock, you'll have to wait until October 2nd to see Paul McCartney in concert. A stubborn virus continues to sideline the former Beatle. He's had to reschedule that show set for Saturday, while a June 16th performance in Dallas has been reset for October 13th. If you have tickets to either one of those concerts, they'll be good for the new dates. Next, Mike Rogers.
Chuck, they're the songs of the season. Summer, in this case, going back 100 years.
A lot of the choices I made between these songs would be like which one say something about our culture or say something in relation to the way our culture was.
We'll have more coming up on the other side of the news.
And Chris Schneider Sports as morning news break continues.
West Texas Auto Parts on the Schneider Highway in Big Spring loves auto parts. The place is full of them, so many it's nearly impossible to count. And new ones are arriving every day. West Texas knows where the parts are, and if you need one that's unique and hard to find, West Texas can probably find it for you through its nationwide communication system with parts dealers all across the country. West Texas, the folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Schneider Highway, Big Spring.
Somewhere in Texas, a car full of co-workers picked the perfect place to stop for lunch. DQ. Because DQ has something for everybody. Awesome burgers, DQ country baskets, Texas T-brand tacos, and more. Plus, great DQ desserts like the new S'mores Blizzard. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ. This is the stop time, Texas.
And now here's TSN's Mike Rogers with the other side of the news.
As another summer begins, the question arises, as it always does, which song will be its anthem? The song of the summer, because they all have one. And Philip Niemeyer, a music historian from Austin, has put together the list, going back 100 years to the summer of 1914.
By the beautiful sea.
And advancing all the way to the present.
Some of these years have hits that were just undeniable. Like, for example, in 1944, huge hit for the Mills Brothers.
I'm gonna buy a paper doll that I can call my own.
Or 1937.
The Benny Goodman song with Gene Krupa on drums is just a scorcher.
That would be Sing, Sing, Sing. Now, same with Elvis in 1956.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
You can't argue that one. Or Sonny and Cher in 1965.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out till we grow.
Do you have a favorite on this list?
My favorite would be 1930, The Peanut Vendor. I love that song.
Yeah, but which of these didn't we love?
Folks, now here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, and a filet gumbo. Come on, baby, do the
A lot of the choices I made between these songs would be like which one say something about our culture or say something in relation to the way our culture was.
And most of the time, that's a good thing.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
Most of the time.
Gangnam Style.
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news on TSN.
Chris Schneider's got sports.
Thank you, Chuck. Good morning. 3 Texas teams headed to Omaha for the College World Series. TCU becoming the third with a 6-5 come from behind ninth inning win over Pepperdine yesterday. So TCU will play Texas Tech Sunday in Omaha in the first round of the College World Series. UT will play Cal Irvine on Saturday. As for the big guys, the Rangers get pounded at home by the Indians 17-7. Cleveland's Lonnie Chisenhall with 9 RBI and 3 home runs in that one game. Astros beat the Diamondbacks 4-3. Jose Altuve had 3 hits, and Houston is suddenly hot. The NBA Finals resume tonight in Miami. They split the first 2 games in San Antonio, and so the Spurs are going to have to win one in Miami if they're going to win this series. Chris Schneider, TSN Sports.
And recapping our top story, no vet in America waits longer to see a VA doctor than those in Harlingen. The Valley Clinic tops a VA internal audit looking into the brewing scandal over wait times. The average wait time in Harlingen, 145 days. With Morning News Break, I'm Chuck Martin, TSN News.
The State National Bank has been helping farmers and ranchers in West Texas since 1909. We know the country, we know cotton, and we know cattle. 2 things that help make this a significant agricultural community. Our bank in Big Spring has recently been remodeled to give customers more privacy and convenience. We're the only locally owned bank in Big Spring and have been in business since 1909. People you know, tradition you trust. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers. For school care and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With kindergarten, first grade, and second grade coming in 2014, they provide a Becca curriculum with certified, loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
If you're not laughing, you're not living. Start the day off right with Gooney in the morning.
Ever seen a diamond in the flesh? I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address.
Welcome back to Gooney in the morning.
In a torn up town
on KBST AM and FM.
Postcode envy.
Postcode envy.
But every song's like gold teeth, gray goose, tripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gouts, trash in the hotel room.
We don't care. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
June the 10th, 7:45 here at the KBS Studios. Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
She's grooving it out.
Yeah.
For those of you lucky enough to see this on video.
Because I drive Cadillacs in my dreams.
That's true. We'll never be royals.
No.
No. Go to KBST.com. Click on the YouTube link, the little YouTube button at the top right hand of the page.
You can watch us live.
Watch us live via video on YouTube. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. How many times am I going to say it's pretty nice?
I don't know. Probably too many.
Probably. Jody Nix is going to be on community calendar today.
He sure is.
How about that?
That's exciting.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Because we got that shout out at the George Strait concert.
Yeah. He got a shout out at the George Strait concert.
He sure did.
Cool. In front of 100,000 people.
Over 100,000 people.
That's true.
109, actually.
104.
Oh.
104.
Actually.
You should have stopped when you said over 100,000 people.
Hey.
You were right at that point.
Hey.
But it's cool. It'll work. Hey, before we left a while ago, we were talking about Michael Jackson hoax story that you had found.
Yes.
What's that all about?
All right, so I was just scrolling through Facebook, found the story, and it says that they went back into Neverland Ranch to try to find more evidence, right? Of what happened to Michael, blah, 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 blah. Well, they said that they ended up exhuming a body that was on the premises. What? Said to be Michael Jackson. Like, they did DNA tests, dental records, all this stuff about it, and said that it matched Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yep. And it's like this whole big conspiracy of how, like, right before his album Bad came out, that somebody murdered him to take his place.
Really?
And was
just
lived his life and just buried him there at Neverland Ranch and just forgot about it and was posing as Michael Jackson.
That is insane.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a hoax. It's not a real story. Come on, guys.
It's not real.
Not real at all. But the thing is that...
think about it, though. Like,
it was right around the same time when Michael Jackson just went...
So it's
I love Michael. I am a huge fan of Michael Jackson.
Right.
His older work.
Yeah.
I don't like any of his newer work. And
it could have been true though. Like that's one of those things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can see like that could be a good movie. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That's what I thought. But I just that's interesting that somebody could come. I mean, the story was elaborate. On the link for you so you can actually read the whole story about it.
That is nuts.
But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, talking about like when people would come to work there, like hearing noises and stuff when they would get to the door, like bad noises, you know what I mean? Like screaming and all kinds of stuff, and then they just open the door and it would just be Michael and a bunch of kids in their PJs watching movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just a bunch of crazy stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, those hoaxes, you got to watch out for those. They'll get you. They'll get you good.
But I mean, they kind of made this one to where, no, that's a hoax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, it's interesting to read stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I love the tabloids.
Yeah, that's why we have movies these days.
Exactly.
Speaking of movies, we're going to have movies on the radio movies on the mountain this Saturday.
Yeah.
Movies up on the mountain. It's going to be, they're going to be, check out the Big Spring Film Society's Facebook page. They have all the information on there. There's a really cool flyer on there.
Are they doing Indiana Jones?
Yeah, they're going to be doing Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. That's going to be a lot of cool stuff. They have other stuff going on up there. They're going to be raffling off some pretty cool stuff before the movie kicks off. And typically these movies start around sundown. I mean, that's whenever they kick off. They wait for the sun to get down a little bit. But it's a fun event for the family. Bring the kids on out there to the top of the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Check out some Indiana Jones.
Once
it's a
again,
free event.
You get to be on the mountain at night either.
Yeah, there you go. I might go to that one to be up on the mountain this nighttime. I might be able to make that one.
Take a blanket, take a picnic.
Just sleep and watch a movie. That's what I do. I just lay down and sleep.
And watch a movie while you sleep?
I can do that.
Teach me your ways.
I'll work on that.
Teach me.
I'll see what I can do. You know what we need to do, Heather?
We need to play the numbers game.
We need to play the numbers game. It's about time for that. You know what's pretty cool? On my Gooney on Air page, I actually shrunk down the range a little bit. So if you go like my Gooney on Air page, all you got to do is search Gooney on Air, go to facebook.com/Gooney in the morning, and the range that we're about to give out is actually about 5 numbers bigger than the one that's on that page. So if you like my Gooney page, you got a little heads up.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of an advantage. But we're going to give away a free meal for 2 to Brenda's Hilltop Cafe down at 1307 East 4th Street. Since today's Tuesday, the special down there is chicken strips. Chicken strips!
Give me some chicken.
That's what Heather eats at every restaurant.
My goodness, I love chicken strips.
From 11 to 3, that's the special. But tonight, from 4 to 8, it's pork rib night. All you can eat pork ribs for $9.95. That's down to Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. And we're going to give away a free meal for 2 right now. Heather, what is your range?
My range, guys, is 17 to 28.
17 to 28.
Guess my number.
The phone lines are open. Call 263-KVST.
263-5278. Yeah, it's been
like
ringing.
As soon as we said Free Food Tuesday.
Bam. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, 17 and 28. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your guess between 17 and 28?
24.
24. It's actually going to be lower than 24. Give us a call back real quick. 263-KVST. 263-5278. So now we're between the 17 and 24.
Yep.
I think we're still not even in the range that I put on Gooney, on the Gooney on Air page.
Nope.
I'll shorten that one down big time. Hey, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your numbers guess?
23.
23? It's actually going to be lower
lower
than 23. Give us a call back, 263-KBST, 263-5278. So now we're between 17 and 23, narrowing it down for that free meal for two down there at Brenda's.
Come on.
Hey, you're on Gooney in the Morning. What's your guess?
22.
22! Hey, you got it! Hey, who are we talking to this morning?
John Vegas.
John Pecos?
Vega, V-E-G-A.
All right, man. You eat down at Brenda's often?
Yes, sir.
Well, great. Now you get to do it for free, John.
Cool.
How about that? What are you doing this morning?
I am working.
Where do you work at?
I work for the city of Big Spring.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks for all your work, John. I know
and
you
I'm
guys.
actually parked right now, so.
There you go.
He's not driving while working,
Yes,
guys.
that's awesome. Way to put that down. John, you guys do an amazing job. I know that there's way more work than guys out there, and you guys just do an amazing job keeping up with all of it and keeping our city beautiful. Now you get a free meal for two down there at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe.
Thank you.
You bet. You know where the KBS studio is located, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Just swing by Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and we'll get you a certificate.
All righty. Thanks.
All right. You have a great day, John.
You too.
There we go. Some free food.
Yay.
It's always fun giving away free food. It's always exciting.
It is.
Like, I don't even know if I want to do a favorite part of the show today just because.
You know.
I know.
You know.
Don't forget to stay tuned for Community Calendar. Jody Nix, man. Jody Nix on today.
Jody Nix.
Just bring him in. That's awesome. So we'll have that coming up at about 8:15 or so.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of today's show, Heather?
Free Food Tuesday.
There it was.
Yep.
My favorite part of today's show, it's a Michael Jackson story.
Right? That's a good story.
I like
that.
hoaxes.
Is awesome.
They're fun. And the fact that we have viewers on YouTube. Shout out. That's always giving a thumbs up.
It don't matter. They can't see him.
It don't matter. It don't
matter.
Because we make you laugh. And remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
You've got commodes, sinks, faucets, bathtubs, food disposals, pipes, hot tubs, swimming pools, water heaters, and they all need fixing on occasion. Who you going to call? Gartman. That's right, Gartman. You usually think of Gartman when you have a problem with heating or cooling, but Gartman does plumbing too. Gartman, when you need a plumber or help with air conditioning and heating. 267-9000.
Hello, I'm Roland Dickey from Dickey's Barbecue. I'm going to let you in on the secret to throwing a great party.
Is it to invite me?
It's a delivery buffet from Dickey's Barbecue. You get 2 slow smoked meats like tender pulled pork or juicy brisket with 3 home-style sides, plus rolls, barbecue sauce, and all the fixings.
With Dickey's, your crowd won't leave hungry, and you'll all enjoy the party.
Let Dickey's cater your next party. For a free quote, call 1-866-BARBECUE or go to Dickeys.com.
Dickey's Barbecue. Slow smoke, serve fast.
This is the Huckabee Report for Tuesday. I'm Mike Huckabee from Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Today, sifting the truth from the Bo Bergdahl baloney. Details next.
Are you an embarrassment on the dance floor? Do you confuse state capitals, make runny scrambled eggs, and read too many celebrity gossip magazines? Do you drink milk straight from the carton, think trigonometry is a planet, and snore louder than a Kodiak bear? Well, if you answered yes to any of the above questions, you may have what it takes to adopt a teen from foster care, because teens don't need perfection, they need you. So if you bite your nails like they're a snack food, think an MP3 is a computer virus, can't tell a right angle from an acute, constantly lose the remote, can't parallel park, confuse hip-hop with double dutch, and are afraid of spiders, dentists, and clowns, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. For more information on how you can adopt, call 1-888-200-4005 or go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
The mainstream media, famous for ignoring stories that might harm the Obama administration, but when soldiers claimed that at least 6 comrades died while searching for Bo Bergdahl after he deserted, outlets like the New York Times immediately set out to discredit them. The Times even scoured documents leaked by convicted traitor Bradley Manning. But the worst they could say is that they couldn't find a hard link between the deaths and Bergdahl. Those patrols might have been attacked anyway. So the Times called the link between the deaths and Bergdahl murky. I wish they'd put that much effort into figuring out exactly what happened in Benghazi. Meanwhile, Secretary of State John Kerry also weighed in. He called claims that the released Taliban will go back to their murderous ways baloney. Now, how about a full-scale Times investigation to find out whether John Kerry even knows what baloney is? Those 5 detainees just released from Gitmo are only the start. President Obama came into office on a promise to close Gitmo, and he apparently plans to empty it out before he leaves, no matter what. Back in 2011, Obama set up what's called the Periodic Review Board, kind of a parole board for terrorists. The New York Post reports that the board has already cleared 78 of the remaining 149 prisoners for release, and they'll take just about any excuse to declare them harmless. Among the board's notes on why various prisoners are ready for release, one said he plans to start a milk and honey farm. Another took up yoga and read a biography of the Dalai Lama. And a third was deemed clear for release just because of his positive attitude. You know, I'm sure a lot of these guys have a very positive attitude. What worries me is just what they're positive they intend to do once they get out. Doctors have been baffled by the rise of asthma and allergies among children. Well, Johns Hopkins researchers may have found the problem. Our houses are too clean. A study of 467 babies in inner cities found 41% of those without allergies grew up in houses rich in allergens and bacteria. It appears that in the first year of life, being exposed to household germs and allergens from rodents, roaches, and cats might actually help kids develop immunity to them. You know those plaques we used to hang in our houses in the South that said, "My house is clean enough to be healthy and dirty enough to be happy"? Well, it turns out it might be pretty sound medical advice. And finally, do rats feel regret? University of Minnesota neuroscientist thinks so. He did brain scans on rats and found that when they were given the option of different foods in different rooms and skipped a good meal for a worse one, they glanced back at the room they passed over and their brain waves suggested regret. Well, congratulations, I guess. Although personally, after a lifetime in politics, I can honestly say that I've seen a lot of rats, but I've never seen one express regret for being a rat. And this is the Huckabee Report.
You take your 6-year-old to the playground. You watch her go down the slide, then run over to the swings. Another mother strikes up a conversation. You take your eye off your daughter for just a few seconds. You look back at the swings, and she's gone. Your heart drops into your stomach. You jump up, your eyes searching. You cry out her name. Lily? Lily? From the top of the slide, you hear a voice.
Mommy, watch me!
Every parent knows that feeling. Imagine if she were actually abducted. Go to wirelessamberAlerts.org. Sign up for free Amber Alerts on your cell phone. When an Amber Alert is issued in the areas you've chosen, you'll receive a free text message. If you spot the vehicle, the suspect, or the child described in the alert, call 911. Sign up today at wirelessamberAlerts.org. A child is calling for help. This message brought to you by the Wireless Foundation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
KBST FM Big Spring. KBS 95.7.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your KBest Radio Group News.
Good morning. This is Alex Huddleston with your KBest Radio Group News for Tuesday, June 10th. KBST News Time is 8 a.m. It is currently 69 degrees here at the KBest Studios. We'll have your full Howard County weather forecast coming up in just a moment. But first, Big Springs VA may be experiencing some changes thanks to a recent audit. Last month, the West Texas Veterans Administration healthcare system in Big Spring announced that a team of federal auditors had arrived to inspect the hospital as part of a nationwide push to bring VAs across America up to code. Yesterday, Big Springs VA announced that the federal audit team had released their findings and that the VA will be receiving further review. The announcement is firm that no evidence of willful misconduct has been found and that the VA is simply behind compliance in a few areas. Staff have been put into training and a new electronic waiting list is being implemented to improve wait times for veteran appointments. We'll have more on this story as it develops. Yesterday morning, employees at Big A's Shaved Ice were shocked when a man burst into the building holding a gun. Clad in a gray hoodie, red pants, and with a red bandana on his face, the man demanded all the cash on the premises and then fled the scene.
Open the door now. I'm telling you now.
All the money. All of it.
That is an audio clip taken from the security footage of the incident, which KBST obtained. Thankfully, no shots were fired and nobody was injured. One of the owners of Big A's, Dale Avant, asks that anyone with any information to contact authorities immediately.
If anybody knows him, I sure would appreciate we get this guy off the street. You know, that's dangerous. That could have been something. He could have hurt somebody this morning.
Tips for the case can be sent to Big Spring Howard County Crime Stoppers at 432-263-8477. Also yesterday, Howard County's commissioners met for the first session of Commissioners Court in June. Several items were on the agenda in addition to routine business. Road and Bridge Administrator Brian Klinzik reported that the removal of the underground tanks from the county's Road and Bridge building had gone smoothly, and that initial inspection showed a very clean site. The final results from the tests will come back by the end of this week, and a clean bill of health for the Road and Bridge building means that just months from now, a new hotel will begin construction in Big Spring. Also at Commissioners Court, commissioners approved the purchase of a pickup for Tim Yeager, county extension agent, to replace his old vehicle. Judge Barr explains.
He goes to stock shows, travels on the road a whole lot, so he needs a dependable vehicle. We're going to transfer his vehicle to emergency management coordinator.
However, this may be the last extra purchase of a vehicle for the year, as commissioners were briefed yesterday that the county's excess budget has dried up.
We have a contingency in the budget, and because DPS dropped this bomb on us about 3 months ago that we're going to have to change all our software in our computers because there's a security risk to them, so that was $80,000. That took a pretty good little chunk out of our contingency. You know, you don't really plan for that much money. And so today, on the budget amendments, everybody's got to stay within their budget from now on until October, which is our new fiscal year. So we're going to have to run a pretty tight ship for a little while.
While no county agencies are in danger of going broke, they will have to limit any extra budget purchases until the end of this year. Commissioners also approved the renewal and update to the area's tax abatement criteria yesterday. And researchers at the University of North Texas have been studying mosquitoes, trying to figure out how incidents of West Nile virus are growing, despite Texas being under drought conditions for years. A new report issued by UNT shows that the drought may actually be a cause of the increased spread of the disease, as mosquito populations are becoming more aggressive and living longer in response to the dry conditions. The study recently released suggests that even in drought-stricken areas, steps need to be taken to protect against mosquito bites all through the summer to prevent the possibility of catching a disease from mosquito transmission. In obituaries, Brenda K. Webb, 66, of Stanton, died Thursday in a Midland hospital. Graveside services will be held 10 a.m. tomorrow at the Evergreen Cemetery Chapel in Stanton. Arrangements are under the direction of Gilbreth Funeral Home. Glenn Fuzzy Dickinson, 88, of Big Spring, died Friday in a local nursing home. The family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow evening at the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Funeral services are planned for 10 a.m. Thursday at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel, with interment following at Trinity Memorial Park. Jose J. Lopez, 91, of Big Spring, died Friday. Funeral mass will be held 10 a.m. today, with burial following at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Craig L. Duncan, 79, of Big Spring, died Saturday at his residence. Graveside services are planned for 2 p.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Donna Cox, 48, of Big Spring, died Sunday. Services are currently pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Edna James, 82, of Big Spring, died Sunday. Services are pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. And Roberto Garcia, 83, of Big Spring, died yesterday. Services are currently pending at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. KBST News Time is 8:06 a.m. We'll return in just a moment with more news, sports, and weather right after this.
Has this ever happened to you? You take a prescription to the pharmacy inside the big supercenter, and after waiting in line for 30 minutes, the guy tells you it'll be ready in an hour. So you come back and you wait in line again for what seems like an eternity till it's finally your turn. Yay! Except your prescription still isn't ready. Oh! Well, stop waiting in line. Leonard's will deliver to you for free. And insured prescriptions are the same low price at Leonard's as they are at the supercenter. Leonard's, same low prices, but with free delivery. Leonard's Pharmacy is just better.
KBST News Time is 8:07 a.m. This evening, Big Springs City Council will hold session 5:30 p.m. in the City Council chambers at 307 East 4th Street. In addition to routine business, council members are holding a vote tonight to authorize a request for bids. These bids will be for construction firms to install the pipelines under I-20, which will improve services to the northwest portion of town. Also at council tonight, there will be a vote to proceed with over $1 million in infrastructure improvements to Big Springs water and sewer lines. Big Spring Independent School District's summer sports camps are in full swing. This week, the boys' basketball camp is underway. KBST's sports director, Tom Reese, has more.
Steers basketball coach Ian Ritchie says the camp gives the kids a chance to.
We're getting them out and about in the summertime, so they're not sitting on the couch, getting them something to do. And we're, really stressing fundamentals, dribble, pass, proper ways to shoot, proper ways to play defense, proper ways to rebound.
Ritchie also says it's an opportunity for the campers to learn some life's lessons.
So we want to be good examples and let them have a place where they feel safe and feel comfortable to be. Not everybody has that.
And of course, the camp is also to have some fun, said one of its campers, Jeremy.
It was fun and cool, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I do it every day.
The camp, by the way, finishes up on
Thursday. Will be more. We'll finish up their competitions, have some scrimmaging, and let them get out and really play and get out of the drills and stuff.
Ritchie says that anyone can still sign up for the camp through Thursday.
Thanks, Tom. Coming up this weekend, it's time for the second of this year's Scenic Mountain Rave Runs. The Moonlight Rave Run takes place at Big Spring State Park on the Scenic Mountain Friday nights at 11:55. This Friday, June 13th, is the second. The first was on May 16th, and the last one for this year will be held August 8th. For more information, you can go to PermianBasinEvents.com. Also this Friday, it's time for the annual Legends and Legacies Casino Night at the Heritage Museum in Big Spring. You can register now at 432-267-8255. Your $50 ticket gets you drinks, food, entertainment, and $2,000 in fun money for the casino being held this Friday. And also this Friday, it's time for the 14th annual CC Riders Car Show and Sonic Cruise down in Colorado City. The Sonic Cruise starts at 6 p.m. Friday, June 13th. And then on Saturday, it is the Car Show in downtown Colorado City. For more information, you can contact Scott Free at 325-242-0929. In sports, in Major League Baseball, times are tough for the Texas Rangers after another loss last night to the Cleveland Indians, 17-7. The Houston Astros, on the other hand, took down the Arizona Diamondbacks last night in the first game of their series. The Astros face the Diamondbacks again tonight, and the Texas Rangers are starting a new series this evening against the Miami Marlins. You can tune in to KBST AM, the mighty 1490 tonight to catch that Rangers game. Pre-game starts at 6:35 p.m. The first pitch is at 7:05. In the minor leagues, the Midland Rockhounds had an off night yesterday as they fell to the Frisco Rough Riders for the first loss in their current series. They've got one more game tonight to try and take that series. First pitch is at 7. And in the NBA, tonight, Game 3 of the finals will take place. This is the first match of this year's finals taking place in Miami. The San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat are currently tied 1-1. The first to get 4 wins will take the championship. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. this evening. In weather, today's high is estimated at 89 degrees, tonight's low 65. Mostly sunny skies for this week. Tomorrow's estimated high in the upper 90s, possibly even topping 100 degrees. The rest of the week expected to be warm as well, with highs in the 90s to hundreds. There's a slight chance we might see a bit of rainfall, but for the most part, the forecast calls for clear, sunny skies and warm weather. KBST News Time is 8:11 a.m. This has been Alex Huddleston with your KBest Radio Group News. Coming up on Community Calendar, stay tuned. We've got Jody Nix calling in today to speak with us. But first, The Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith, brought to you by the Churchwell Agency.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Tom Neely remembers nearly everything. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. How is insurance like fast food? Answer, for savings, the combo is the way to go. Yes, you want fries with that, and yes, you want to combine your auto and home policy with Farmers to save hungry. Hundreds. They got to stop scheduling these recording sessions so close to lunch.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmers agent. We are insurance.
We are Farmers.
Tommy Churchwell is your local Farmers agent carrying life, commercial, and oil field insurance at the Churchwell Agency, 2303 Goliad.
Tom Neely lives near Sierra Blanca. He has an incredible memory.
Everyone in my family talks about my memory. They say, I don't remember. Ask Tom. I can just pull it up.
His father was county judge of Hudspeth County for 18 years. Tom grew up on the family farm down on the Rio Grande and attended a small school there. He writes a column for the Hudspeth County Herald, and whatever he writes is from his memory. He sometimes does research to check for accuracy.
When I was in that little grade school down there on the river, it was just not too long before World War II. And the cavalry from Fort Bliss in El Paso used to come down there on maneuvers on our place and around the old schoolhouse. And they'd bring their horses and everything. Well, someone had come up with this newfangled idea of dropping supplies out of an airplane by parachute. And so the commander in charge of the troops down there told my dad what they were going to do. And so on the appointed day, they brought all of us kids out of the school, and we got up on the point of a hill. And in a little while, here came an airplane. And in those days, the fuselage was painted blue and the wings were orange. And they made about 20 passes around by where we were. We got to watch every parachute drop. And they dropped everything from eggs to firewood in those parachutes. So we got to witness the very first experimental parachute drop of supplies that was ever done by the United States Army. So when I got ready to write about that article, I went into the New York Times archives and found an article about it. And sure enough, my memory was right. But I verified everything before I wrote it.
Tom Neely of Sierra Blanca. He is chairman of the Hudspeth County Historical Commission. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with The Sound of Texas.
Somewhere in Texas, a car full of coworkers picked the perfect place to stop for lunch. DQ. Because DQ has something for everybody. Awesome burgers, DQ.